Paternity fraud. No one wants to go through this, trust me. So today I'm going to be compiling the story that has been making rounds on social media between the FCMB MD and Moyo Thomas. So you guys have been seeing different stories going around the internet, but the major aim of this video is to compile all the stories for you in case you want to know what's going on. You're kind of lost, you don't know who to believe, you don't know much about the story. This video is going to throw more light on the story and compile everything for you at once. My name is Dami, and in case you want to see more of this kind of video, you need to subscribe to my channel. The major story here is the guy bearing Tunde Thomas, who is said to have died, has a wife bearing Moyo Thomas, and Moyo Thomas was said to have engaged in an office romance with MD. However, she has resigned from work. But I'm just going to go ahead in reading the story that first dropped on social media that brought everyone's attention to the story. Someone going by TD Cole on probably Twitter, on social media, says Tunde Thomas, who is also bearing Tunde Gentoo, who is 45 years old, died about 2 weeks ago. That is the 2 weeks from posting the story. So the story goes that Tunde Thomas, who is age 45, died in December of heart attack, or some people would say cardiac arrest. It was said that the reason of his death was as a result of the whole problem going on in his marriage. The wife, Moyo, was said to have 2 children for the MD, the FCMB MD, that is Adam Nuru. It was noted that the office romance between Adam Nuru and the wife, Moyo, was well known to every of the staff in that company at that time. So the friends and families who know Tunde so well said he had love for the children. He actually assumed they were his children. Now imagine you having your own child, you know the kind of love, the support you're going to give to them. Imagine the amount of money you're going to spend on those children. So it was said that Tunde spent so much on them, took them to the best school, according to what was seen on social media, according to the friends of Tunde, what they posted on social media. He spent so well on them. He took them on vacation to London. He also took them to holiday in Dubai and so many other things, according to his friends. When the oldest child turned 8, so it was said that the wife, Moyo, took the children on holiday to US. And later on, it was said that when school resumed, the children didn't come back to school. This actually made the husband kind of suspected that something was wrong, and he had to call his wife and asking her for more details on what's going on. Then later on, it was said that the wife had to tell Tunde, that is the husband of Moyo, what was really going on, that the 2 children she said she had for him was not his. Now imagine what will be going through your mind at this period of time. This is just alleged conversation between both parties. This was said by the friends. We're not really sure what really transpired between them, but according to what was said on social media, it was when the school session started in Nigeria, the children were not returned, that Tunde started asking questions, and the lady finally summoned his courage to tell him the children were not his own. Imagine the thoughts that would be going through your mind if someone actually told you this. This feeling, no one can imagine this. No one can know how it feels except you go through it. You can only imagine. She then went to the extent of filing for asylum in the US on the grounds of marital violence in Nigeria against a man known to all men by his gentle and easygoing disposition. Wow. We can only hope this is a story. We can only hope this is not true. The post on social media went ahead in saying that our aim was to get the green card and also get Tunde to be barred from entering the US, so she would not have to confront him, to look him in the eyes and tell him to his face the evil that she had done to him. Now, this particular story was written by probably one of Tunde's friends. So this is one-sided. We have to also listen to the other side of the story, which I'm going to be reading to you towards the end of this video so we can get a sense of what really happened, what really transpired between them. Despite that, she didn't really mention what transpired between them when she released the statement later on, but I'm going to be showing you guys the statement. But this is just to give you like a sense of what happened. So it was said that after a few months, he heard the story that is Tunde. He suffered from stroke. He was at the age of 42 then. Most often he would shed tears, he would be sad. You know how it feels when someone breaks your heart, you know, when you go through heartbreak in your relationship, you know that pain. Now compare this pain times two. You can only imagine, like I said earlier on, the tears you will go through. You might not be able to work properly at work. You know, you feel like the whole world is crumbling on you. Later on, he was trying to move on. He found a girlfriend. Things were working perfectly for him. He was even about to get married to this lady, to the extent that he asked his friends to accompany him to the house of this lady he was going to get married to on the 26th of December. They were also planning what to take along, the materials they were going to use for the ceremony. But unfortunately for Tunde, on the 15th of December, he got to his house. On the staircase, he collapsed. He collapsed and died immediately. And when the autopsy report came in, it was said that he died due to heart failure. Ever since then, the friends and family of Tunde has been trying all their best to ensure that FCMB sack Adam Nuru, who is the MD. And they called on FCMB that if they don't take action from the 30th of December, they would advise people, those banking with FCMB, to withdraw their account, to distance themselves from that bank, meaning that they feel the bank is in support of the actions of the MD. That is what the MD has done. So from what is written also on this social media post, it says Tunde was actually buried on the 30th of December 2020. He had worked in Oceanic Bank back in the days. He was one of the most gentle and yet most friendly of all individuals, as many would testify of him. Probably what the friends and family are trying to say is Tunde is a very gentle person, and there's no amount of whatever the wife must have done. They were so sure probably Tunde would have not caused any trouble that would warrant the woman to travel to US to seek for asylum on the ground of marital violence. So they were really so sure that he's not that kind of person, that Moyo was trying to run away with the two kids so that Tunde would not be able to confront her when they see face to face. So I think if the visa is granted to them, I don't think the guy will be able to travel to US anymore if his name is dented. The friends and the family were saying she was going to get a stay or a residence permit based on that reason. According to the social media write-up, it was said that close to 2,000 people, if not more, have signed a petition to sack Adam Nuru. So many people who signed this petition actually believe that the news the wife gave to him caused him depression, which made him have stroke and later on had heart failure. It was alleged that the girlfriend Tunde was about to get married to is already pregnant, and they were about doing their introduction before he died. But if you are a Nigerian, you would know that most people would be a little bit excited that the new girlfriend who Tunde was supposed to get married to is pregnant. At least, you know, most Nigerians will say he's going to leave a child behind. He's not going, he didn't die without producing a fruit. In the midst of sadness, there's a little bit of happiness thrown in the middle. So, but we don't know how true that is. It's just social media posts, like I would say. This is just a compilation of stories we've heard on social media. I hope the girlfriend is truly pregnant, and that will be like a little bit of compensation to the family that they still have someone that would remind them of him. He still has a child in this world. And there were so many social media platforms that carried this news. You can go to Lena Ikeji, you can go to Gist Lover Update on Instagram, Punch Newspaper on Instagram. You can also go to Instablog Niger. You will see loads about the story. You see different people coming up to even talk about the story, which I'm even going to tell you later on what some people's opinion were. regarding this issue. You know, the painful part of the story for me is he's about to get married. He's about to get engaged to another person, trying to start a new life all over again. He died on the 15th, and his ceremony, the engagement, I guess, was supposed to be engagement or introduction was about to be on the 26th. That is why I always implore people to try as much as possible to take care of yourself when you have heartbreak. Always be in the midst of people that will make you happy. He tried, of course, all his best to make himself happy, trying to move on, trying to get another person in his life to probably make him forget, but he keeps going back, probably thinking about, you know, his 2 kids not being his, if the story, the way it was being said, was true. I feel the current girlfriend, who is supposed to be pregnant, according to social media updates, I wonder the kind of situation she's going to be in, how devastated she's going to be. I just hope she'll be able to go through everything she's going through right now, and I hope the families will currently support her, because she's not supposed to be left alone right now. She's supposed to be with friends and family who can help her go through the pain she'll currently be feeling. I also feel for the children involved in this story. They don't have any more privacy. Everybody knows who they are. Their faces are all over internet, this social media. Yeah, imagine your kids being all over social media. As they grow up, they would always keep seeing that story on social media. There's no way they would pull down the story completely on social media. I just hope they will be able to go past this and live their life normally, because truth be said here, the children are not at fault, so they should not be blamed. They should not be looked at with the bad eyes. You know, they're only children. They were not involved in the situation, so I really feel for them, and the mother should start preparing them up just in case they come across this story on social media. Trust me. There has been several comments under the social media post regarding the story, and two of those comments particularly caught my eyes, and I felt like, this is my mind. You're speaking my mind right now. Whoever this person is, or whoever these people are, you just spoke my mind. Because when you look at the kids, okay, first let me just read out the comment, 2 of the comments. This one says, I really don't think this man died of a heartbreak, because there is no way he did not have an idea those kids weren't his. He had moved on and was about to remarry years later. The story is one-sided. I would love to hear the woman's part as well as to truly conclude, rather than ridicule her now. So this one says, I feel he suspected after a while and decided to investigate. When he found out the truth, he wanted to keep quiet out of shame and love for the wife and the children. This is heartbreaking. Only God and them knows the real truth. To be sincere, I would think like these people, kind of, because when you see the picture of the kids and you see the picture of the FCMB MD, you need to see the pictures. They freaking look alike. If I was the guy, may his gentle soul rest in peace. Every time I come home, I would, if I've met the boss, the MD, I would always see the MD in the children. They look seemingly alike. They are so alike. There is no way you can miss this. You will know that this child is not for me. Like, the guy is so dark. The wife is also so dark, but later on, I think she's now becoming really fair. You know, we're not really sure if she's using cream. But when you look at the picture of the children, they look nothing like Tunde. So I don't know. So this comment really caught my eyes, because it felt like they had an agreement. That's how it felt to me, because there's no way you will not see these children are like, nah. They look nothing alike. A very popular blog on Instagram brought out a very shocking news. I'm so surprised that so many people are not talking about this, but it just felt like I'm the only one who saw this on social media, and I'm bringing it to you guys. I don't know how true this is, but you guys need to see this. So Gist Lover Update on Instagram posted a house and said Adam Nuru bought a particular house for Moyo Thomas in US. I don't know how true that is. Here are the pictures. You can see yourself. And if this is true, then everything seems well planned, because immediately you traveled to US, you didn't bother coming back, you filed for asylum based on marital violence, and here we have a house for Moyo Thomas. So if this is true, then man, this is crazy. This is really crazy. So I had to cancel the name of the house, because some Nigerians are really crazy. They might start going to those places and be trying to see if the story is true or not. Okay, it was said to this, I think this was said to have been in 2019. So you can see inside of the house. It looks really, really nice. Well, good. And like I said earlier on, if this is true, well, this has been planned for a long time then. But I hope the story is not true. I hope there is a better explanation for this. Like I said earlier on, I'm not going to take sides in the story. I'm only just here to give compilation of what I have seen on social media, for those of you who want to know more about the story and you're a bit lost. Based on the post on social media that Tunde Thomas' friends and family made, and the comments going on around social media, FCMB has decided to step in and investigate the whole matter. And you can see their official statements posted on Instagram. Here it is, and it says, I'll just read it down part. While this is a personal matter, the tragedy of the death of Mr. Tunde Thomas and the allegations of unethical conduct require the bank's board to conduct a review of what transpired. Let's see if something comes out from this investigation that FCMB is going to. If you follow Gist Lover updates, this is like the big bone of Nigeria. This is where you see the story. Like, this is where you see the major undiluted story. This blogger reviewed some emails. We're not really sure how true this is, but you guys need to see this yourself. Like, the main juicy story comes out from these people, Gist Lover updates. You need to see it. I'm going to put this up on the screen for you guys to see it now. So the email says, you can actually see it says from moyoangel@yahoo.com, this, that. You can see the date. So this actually goes back to 2012. That means they've been doing this for a very long time. I think this is from Adam himself. This was sent on 2012, July. So you guys can just see the tons of emails Gist Lover updates released. It's quite alarming. I wonder how they act this. I wonder how you can actually see. This one is from February 11, 2012. I hope this is just being made up. Wow, I hope that email was forged. I am just hoping. Like I said, I am not here to give my opinion. I am just here to collate all the stories on social media and show it to you guys what's happening, the update on this particular issue. Daddy Freeze commented, Charlie Boy commented, Femi Fani Kayode also commented. You can actually see what Femi Kayode said. He posted this on Instagram. He was like, his name is Adam Nuru. He sent a good man to early grave with his heartless and shameful action. I repeat, a good man died as a consequence of his reckless, wicked, heartless, and irresponsible behavior. In fact, you'll see a comment underneath his post. Someone said, are you better than him? How is your own family like? Like, this matter has really caused a whole lot of tension on social media. I know nobody can be perfect, nobody is perfect, but that is why I still reserve my opinion. I might just say my opinion here and there, but generally, I am not blaming anyone. Temptation is all around. People were even saying Fani Kayode also has his own issue. And if you remember clearly, Femi Fani Kayode also had his own issue where his wife actually accused him of probably, pushing her or something. It has to do with violence. I think verbal abuse. I'm not really sure if it's physical abuse, but he has his own problems too. So people would say, before you remove a dirt in your own someone else's eyes, remove from your own eyes too. So that is why people are bashing him up. That you don't have a say in this talk. Like, dude, just keep quiet. Also, that the Freeze commented on this. In fact, if you go on YouTube, you see that this Freeze extensive video on this matter, and here is his post on social media. He was like, I saw this online and did not know how true it is, but sorry, I want to ask a question. Please permit me to ask, why do you want him sacked? Did he rape her? If he didn't rape her, how come no punishment is being recommended for the... If he didn't rape her, how come no punishment is being recommended for the consenting woman? May the poor gentleman rest in peace. He's only a victim here. If it's based on two consenting adults having sex, well, I feel no punishment should be involved in that. But now we are talking about ethical grounds. They were working together. Are they supposed to be having such, especially with a married woman? How does it make the company look like outside? So I might not totally support Daddy Freeze on this issue. So let's see what the whole investigation is going to come out with. So after this story came out, trust me, so many comments, so many posts on paternity fraud, paternity test has just been like hovering around the social media. Like you can see this one. This one says, father-in-law hated son's wife and secretly did DNA tests on her 3 children and used himself as a baseline. Results revealed that they were not his blood. More analysis revealed that the children actually belong to the son, but his son is not his own. Like, this guy should have just calmed down. If this whole story didn't bust the internet, this man wouldn't have realized that his own son that he was trying to look out for was not even his own son. So, like, the social media is really busting right now. I just hope it won't turn to a situation where everybody will be looking at their child and like, oh my, you're mad, Johnny. This child does not look like me. Am I sure this is my child? I'm sure most people in Nigeria are kind of scared right now. There was a time I was even having a conversation with my friend, and he told me that one of his friends was supposed to bring his children to the US, and was asked to do a DNA test to show that these children were really his. And he ended up finding out that those children, like none of the children, like 4 of the freaking children were not his. Like, how would you feel in that situation? Like, your world is just crumbling around you. But would you still go ahead with that process? Would you still keep on having your family together because you raised those children? Would you still say that, okay, this I will still regard them as my children? Or would you just let them go? Where do you want to even start from? Charlie Boy also gave his comments. He said, as bad as the same men are, we have never given the wrong child to any woman. Of course, that's not possible because you're not the one carrying the pregnancy, and there's no way you could actually switch a child without the mother knowing. So that's not possible. But if that was possible, I'm sure many would have even done the worst. Charlie Boy, area father, please don't compare this situation. It is not, you can't compare it because the mother is the one carrying the child. She's the one who knows who the father is. Have you watched Paternity Court? Sometimes the mother doesn't even know who the father is because they slept with 2-3 different men at the same time, and they're not really even sure which of the sperm actually fertilized the egg. So you can't even be sure. So most times people say the mother will know who yes, most times, but some cases, the mother has slept with 2 different people at the same time and she doesn't know who the father is. Now that brings us to the end of this story, this issue. If I have any more gist, any more updates, I hope to be able to bring it to you guys. Now I'll remind you guys to please subscribe to this channel to have more of this gist, more on relationship advice, things pertaining to the matters that relate to the heart. But before I go, I'm going to leave you with this question. According to Gist Lover Update again, it says, should DNA test be made mandatory after birth? Ladies in the house, would you be offended if your husband requests for a DNA test? To me, I will not be offended because, man, things are really going on in Nigeria. What about you? Would you be offended? Would you want to do a paternity test? Would you want to do a DNA test? Do you have that in mind? Are you sure you've not done something and you know? All right, leave a comment in the comment section below and see you guys later.